shit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Come on, 180! Check line 54, line 54. Hey, come on now, come on now!
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 13-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's Jones. And some room to work. He's got daylight. 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 63 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Rip left, rip left.
Now Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Fourth down. Here's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On the ground, this is Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now it's Trubisky. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Trubisky to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Trubisky will throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. This is caught by Williams. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Trubisky finding Williams once more, complete. And he's got room. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. He's got a first down past the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check me out. Check me out. Check three.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. As Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 25-yard line. To throw is Jackson. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First down, Dolphins.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And what with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it.
You can't block me.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. It's complete to Grant. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing here, Trubisky. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Hey, exit. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down.
You got me. Don't be scared.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Ready?
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got it to Williams. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. They got his man complete. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 87 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and through. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Bust through the tackle.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now it's Trubisky. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Double time, 4 down, check, hurry,
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Trubisky to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got it at the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. Here's Trubisky. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson on the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson buying time, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A big play there for the Dolphins. On first down, Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Let's go, D. You.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Ran, come.
Big stop, let's go. Mike's 54.
Now it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And Owen coughed it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. DeForest Buckner in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. On third down, here's Williams. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Alert.
I'm coming.
Mike's 54.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on fourth down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Looking in zone for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson being chased out left. And a big loss is here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Mike, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He sets up the screen to Jones. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Go. Ready? And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Who the...
Play action. Now Trubisky. And the Niners get there and bring him DeForest Buckner. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for 28 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
To throw is Jackson. Off play action. That is caught at the 7. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on. Point after here coming up. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Niners 44, Dolphins 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll go again to Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he fires one, but incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Point after, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go!
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the 49ers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.